There is a strange sort of humor in the onset of the first war in Arcadia's history.
Is it me, or has my ankle been squeaking? You can hear it too, right? Must be the damn rotator again. Anyway, need something, Commander?
Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit.
What did you have in mind? Can't anyway. Need something?
Sure.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Seeking shelter! Hey, get me go-getting again.
On the ground and such.
Feeling real vulnerable. Keep looking.
No more hiding. Realize you're...
What's their name? Taking position so I can take the Adrena time.
Limber up for a motivating lecture, employees. Just because your Auntie Cleo reached the top of the corporate ladder doesn't mean she can't resonate some bottom-rung relatability. Business is much like tossball, a game of inches and foot goals played with an excess of necessary roughness. And like tossball, there's more than one way to make a killing. Why, I was just watching the latest bout between the Easy Heel Loafers and the Zero-G Shooters. Just quality cleaving from huck-off to the closing steam whistle. And that 20-back tackle pileup on the tender in the mid-court restricted zone. I was on the edge of my luxury Sisti-Hide spectation lounger. Not to mention the concession sales, invasive...
Give the order and...
Not quite charged yet.
Take time, Commander. Hey, got a distraction for you.
But as possible. Sometimes you can't score the rules or play to win. You can't do both. Feeling
Back in business.
and let's bludgeon the competition. See you at center field.
And now, back to it. Next up, something reasonably peppy. Please consult your employee handbook to determine...
Little pick-me-up for you.
I'm looking for a meal that doesn't leave me feeling hollow. I don't want to do cooking. All I want to do is swallow. Hey, here's a picture for all.
Real ready to waste him on your command.
Back to our duty. Borscht, oh Borscht, it's not the worst unless it's Borscht, oh Borscht, grab a can today. Tongues to sweet meats, lungs to hearts, they use all the tastiest parts. Ears to hops and rings to bits, efficient means we make more bits. Borscht, oh Borscht, it's not the worst unless it's Borscht, oh Borscht, grab a can today. In our gums with their proprietary whisker extraction. Pulverized bones means no tooth cracking crunch. We gobble it down and get back to the action. See you there. You caught us taking 5 between our 10-hour shifts.
You know, working the assembly line makes for a powerful hunger. So when we need to relight our thrusters, we don't waste time slow roasting some fancy woolly cow fillet mignon. No, sir. We crack open a room temp tin of Borscht. That's right. Nothing like an instant, soft serving of feral pork paste to boost productivity to full burn in those small hours. All right, enough yapping. Time is bits. Back to the factory floor. From snout to tail, it's all included. It ain't the worst till it's extruded. From factory baths into my tummy. Who knew meat taste could taste so yummy? Borscht, oh Borscht, it's not the worst unless it's Borscht, oh Borscht, grab a can today.
So you did come. Good. I'm not partial to working with those given to second thoughts. It seems we arrive on a desolate scene. I don't know what transpired, but whatever it was killed the refugees to a person. As an arbiter, I bear a strong stomach. But if you've any reservations about witnessing destruction visited upon the innocent, you'd best steel yourself.
Don't be a slob. Grab a can and get back on the job with Borscht. Borscht. It's not the worst unless it's Borscht.
You're listening to Wireless Free Arcadia for music, entertainment, and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by Auntie's Choice, improving lives through unfettered free trade and unbridled self-betterment.
I've some theories on the refugees' killers, but I remain unsatisfied. Although I am not required to do so as an arbiter, I would care to acquire proof.
To my latest demotions report, starting with Asta Viskwich, senior copywriter in invasive marketing, whose sloganeering was a bit too Tau-Ceti for the vibrant Arcadian market. You've gone stale, Asta. We can't exactly skip drive you back home, so you're demoted to Assistant VP of Vending Stock. Let's see if you can keep the Sprat crisps fresher than your advertising copy. Next, Russell Crocker.
We operate under the Sovereign's indefatigable will. Thus, we do not need proof. But my training was somewhat unique in that it emphasized the value of thorough investigation. Let us comb the remnants of this charnel house.
Executive Drainage Manager in Recreant Reclamations and Artificial Additives. Remember, dress for the job you have, Russ. And just to show there's no position too microscopic for Auntie's management, I'd like to highlight Assistant Waste Disposal Officer Potter Flanderbilt for a job
That's
not
an incisor,
well
all
done.
right.
The only airlocks fit for trash disposal are those far from my office. Nothing ruins a view like a constellation of Sistybits bags.
Way I see it, you lay claim to an entire world, you best be ready to defend that claim. Got something that needs doing, Commander? Thought it was noble helping the Vigilant get Westport back on its feet. In theory, who wouldn't want to see their home rebuilt? On the other hand, this could be one hell of an advertisement for other Protectorate settlements, rebuilding in the face of Auntie's choice and all that. But on the other hand, could only be a matter of time before Westport crumbles into the sea again, and this'll be all for naught. What was your question again?
cannot help but feel a pang for these people, cut down without a hope of defense. We must uncover what transpired here. Inform me. Perhaps it might allow us to ascertain the final moments of the camp's machines. See if any final commands were sent before the camp's destruction. Sharp-eyed, aren't you? I noticed that as well. One destroyed automech in a massacre seems minimal. Did you have anything else? Must be the shortwave, as we already found the long band. Odd that our assailant would pay it any mind. The sign that something unusual happened there may fit snugly into our other observations. We shall wait and see. An encampment such as this normally would possess no means for long-band communications. Was there anything remarkable about it? Logical. Your deductive skills would be better served in the Protectorate, but that does not reduce their efficacy. Very well. I shall continue to search on my own. Without the Sovereign's guidance. Salutations. Has your search uncovered anything of remark? You've been busy. What did you find? The fact that this camp isn't a bullet-strewn ruin suggests it was wiped out by something precise. Or at least not as destructive as traditional weapons of war. Did you learn anything by examining the body? Very well. We can't all be ballistics experts. Did you have anything else? You're certain you've combed the place to your liking? Then let us debrief and see if we can deduce what transpired here. Have you any theories as to what killed these people? I have a strong theory, but there are gaps. I'd like to hear your own analysis, and we may compare where our ideas converge. Although I'm no ballistics expert, the death wounds on the corpses appear to match those inflicted by an automech. Have any theories about the automechs that did this? My thoughts exactly. How do you believe they were compromised? I may have a strong theory, but I do not have a definitive answer. Indulge me. How do you think the mechanicals were corrupted? I submit that the refugees predominantly used the local shortwave tower to control their automechs. The saboteur commandeered it and sent out an override. The only remaining puzzle piece is why. Why go through all this trouble to eliminate a handful of isolated refugees? Agreed. I do believe that relay is of Protectorate make, and the refugees most certainly didn't build it themselves. They were likely Protectorate as well. I hypothesize that they used it to listen in on Protectorate communications, then sold what they learned to Sub Rosa. After the Vox relay's recent destruction, High Command would have ordered a security sweep of all communication systems. This outpost's relay would have returned a signal. Upon learning of this camp's existence, they'd have dispatched a sentinel to cross off any would-be traitors. Hence the destruction we bear witness to. Theorized. I knew this was an ex-Protectorate encampment, but wasn't sure it was a Sentinel's doing until this moment. They operate in clandestine ways. Now with that finished, we... Hold. Some things approach. Be ready. I suspect someone has disapproved of our inquiry. Return. Bent on eliminating any stragglers. To arms! These automechs will never be used to perpetrate such heinous acts again. I believe we're at the end of our investigation. The prospect of sharing our findings with the broker isn't terribly appealing, but we've little choice. I will locate my wretched Sub Rosa transport and return to Free Market Station. Pleasure fighting beside you. Be sure you return to Free Market Station to debrief with me. Despite our work here, I somehow doubt the broker would grant an audience to me alone.
Stranger, the order bids you welcome, but also warnings. In light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here.
So it was one of our bases that got hit. Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end. Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. Not quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken.
DeVries said the grand plan made her do it, huh? Jeez, kinda preachy. Keep it in the monastery, lady.
Stranger, the order bids you welcome, but also warnings. In light of the recent attack on Auntie's Choice, you may want to make haste to Matriarch's Mercy. It's just down the road here.
So it was one of our bases that got hit. Well, I'm gonna be sick.
I can't rightly say, and that is rather concerning in its own right. It seems our temporary ceasefire with the corporatists may be at its end. Yes, this was an active war zone until recently, and now seems like it may be so again. Not quite certain why the attack was launched, but that is not under my purview. I'd surmise that when Auntie's Choice realized they couldn't get through our defensive measures, they wisely chose the path of diplomacy. Seems I was mistaken.
Well, it weren't our artillery that made that strike. I can tell you that much.
They must have done something to provoke an attack, which is why your safest path now is the one that leads to Matriarch's Mercy. The Order controls everything south of this point, but the rest is beset with various dangers. Zealots, scavengers, creatures, and corporatists. Well, not certain about that last one anymore after the attack. Cultists, mad to the last one. I believe they worship the rifts or some such. People will turn to anything to ease their discomfort during times of crisis, I suppose. They're both unstable and violent. Auntie's forces call them scrappers, and uses them for just that, gathering scrap materials. Excessive abuse of stimulants has made them severely unbalanced and prone to violence. They've also been known to pose as refugees, to lure their victims into ambushes. There are several camps of them northwest of here. I'd strongly advise keeping your distance. The creatures are of the genus Varachnid. They are large enough to kill a full-grown human, and exceedingly willing to do so.
May all your endeavors elicit expected results.
With the anomalous behavior.
Driven insight on how to excel at your life? Visit our predictory and take our short 38-minute questionnaire to determine exactly what career you are meant for. Act now and receive your prognostication free. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Tired of vacuously untrue statements with their unsatisfying antecedents? At the order of the Ascendant, our predictions are more sufficient.
Think they'll notice if we jump the queue?
Another refugee? Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's Mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations. I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic of late. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone. Our seer has predicted non-specific imminent danger. I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Or when? Unclear. Stay away from it, and, in all probability, you won't have to find out. Safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here. Not at present. But according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely, if not inevitable. Can't say I didn't warn you. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders, water defecting, there's no putting this sprat back into the camp.
Oyster is looking pretty good right about now.
Wasteland devoid of life? No, Arcadia is doomed. Plain and simple.
I swear, it's nigh on impossible to find decent animal remains in these parts.
And then we solve for the... apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Did you need something? Oh, doesn't everyone have that memorized? It's 1.77245385. Ah, I see you were making a jest and/or attempt at conversation. Anything else? Given our present circumstances, most of my data revolves around existential threats vis-a-vis the displaced. According to data, life inside shows a notable uptick in key relevant quality of life factors. longevity, access to medicine, potable water. Life outside sees increased risk of starvation, inclement weather, and hostile xenofauna. Yes, indeed. Numbers are really against you out there. By quite a healthy statistical margin, yes. We nurture the body while we minister to the mind. We organize, we adapt. We have diverted internal resources to better meet demand in key areas. And I'm pleased to say that's led to a statistically significant 2.7% increase in refugee satisfaction. But if my data remains unconvincing, I suggest you inquire with Provisioner Plotnik inside the lift building. Simply tell her Archivist Widmark approves brief use of her time. Then back to it I shall get.
Thus, if we compare the rates of dust accumulation inside the segment to outside, we gain minute insight.
My soup is nutritionally calculated to sustain all bodily functions, but it could use a little salt. Some people think soup doesn't qualify as a meal.
Reminds me of Tau Ceti right after the merger. Had to wait for my number to be called just to get rations and a comp.
Every atom in the universe.
Hope these folk don't have to wait as long.
Control reality and ascend to a state of virtual godhood.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy. Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation...
We're not going anywhere! Not on the basis of some half-baked prediction. This so-called exclusion zone is where we stake our claim. Stand with me in defense of freedom!
I have too much on my mind for idle numerical chit-chat.
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have pegged you as some sort of prosperous scrapper by the rough look you got about you. You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. Okay. I give up. Tell me. May Huffstutler, formerly Auntie's Choice, Department of Invasive Marketing. Now, the voice of the displaced. That's what those in the Order call me, leastways. An unofficial sobriquet, likely meant as a petulant slight. On account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Those of us ended up here have very little except needs. I turn those into demands for reasons of clarity and import. Though, admittedly, it's a difficult way to make friends. The Order's not exactly fond of me. Rabble-rousing doesn't align with their vision of a perfect universe. Happy as I am to make your acquaintance, I'm busy staking our claim over the exclusion zone, so if you'll excuse me. The exclusion zone. The Order has decided to keep us out thanks to some nebulous prediction of disaster. Screw their predictions. We have people. displaced by war and disaster, in sore need of space. There's plenty of room to house them. Thank you. That's what I've been trying to tell everyone. I honestly don't give the slightest whit about the Order's idea of math or whatever calculation tells them that a catastrophe may or may not occur. I couldn't get anywhere with Administrant Agarwal, but you, maybe you'll have better luck. Thanks, stranger. Maybe fate's on our side for a change. You can find Agarwal in the lift building, probably formulating another equation to get on my nerves.
Oh, a visitor. Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rolo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one, as a laugh. Everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock apple 152 meters straight down onto my head. Fortunately, I still had that brain case on. If you want an exact estimate or percentage, talk to them. As for me, I just got that, anecdotal feedback. A few times, I couldn't make heads or tail of half of it. Like, avoid anything representing whole numbers? I didn't know what to do about that. So I just stayed put. End of the day, I'm still here, and my co-occupant Ike isn't. So, I guess them prognostications work well enough. You did catch the part I said they'd save my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you? Mathematical predictions always keep us one step ahead. My latest augury noted that a stranger would come bearing an inconvenient message. This is about the exclusion zone, correct? Or that it only that simple, but she ignores essential variables of the equation. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril. We don't know, and therein lies the frustration. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, "An outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute." And now the voice has involved you. How auspicious. Perhaps you are the outside mediator who was foretold. I believe only in the cold, inconvenient mathematics of the cosmos. This will work. It must work. The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. With your seasoned perspective, perhaps the voice of the displaced will learn to listen. Any questions before you get started? I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade. But you already knew that. Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here. These are the data points we need. Keep at it then. Precision is ever our ideal. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them, form your own opinion, and when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone.
$1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the displaced. You may peruse to your heart's content, but do so speedily for my sake. Yes. Well, if the Archivist said so, I suppose I can factor out a moment. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one could hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me. The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the utmost extent of my abilities and resources. Appreciate you respecting my time.
By the law. It's...
Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. True, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself. As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. That means space to spread out. Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Lambing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all. Since you aren't a refugee, I hope you understand that I cannot offer my goods free of charge, but my prices are fair. Thank the architect. I knew you'd be back. Well, really, it was the seer that knew, but it is all where to begin. There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's Mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the seer predicted an outsider would find them.
Might have time to patch up 1 or 2 patients before we head out. I used to be a combat medic. A good one, too.
You also strike me as someone on the go. I need committed medical employees, not a freelancer. The seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks.
You're right. The universe does not orient itself toward fairness. But it's my firm belief humanity can do better.
All evidence to the contrary.
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well then, I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct? We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible, and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths. More what to watch out for, advisement on adhering to the plan, forecasts of probabilistic dangers, elements of larger predictions made relevant to groups and individuals. The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense. Unforeseen factors, random elements, anomalous outliers, incalculable variables, all of them can undercut the accuracy of our predictions. But as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will become known unknowns. Then finally, known knowns. You follow? True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. We all must do the best we can with limited means. Matriarch's mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why, I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. I share the very same surprise. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly. I believe my services will be increasingly sought after the more of the displaced learn of our methods. Vicar Orendi, for instance, is assiduously occupied with such efforts. One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince you, and perhaps other members of the Displaced as well. I foresee you have much to do. I won't keep you. Adieu.
Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't need an abacus to predict your path lies elsewhere. Frivolous jocularity is one of a vicar's key methods for establishing rapport with lay people. If we gab a bit, I might restock my arsenal for witty rejoinders and quips. Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on efficient scheduling, lessons on order history, plus some mathematics for a little added razzle-dazzle. Never as many as I would like, perhaps, but my little congregation grows by the hour. Eventually, my unsophisticated layperson friend, the knowledge just seeps right in. Give it a few years and they'll even be asking questions.
Where do we go now? What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches. What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Look on the bright side.
Broke my nose. Ah, I banged him up real good for you, didn't I? I won you one, right? Matters settled.
The void you did. Barely connected. You're thinking of 2-3 scraps ago. You've been mostly unconscious a while now.
You used at least 2 words I ain't sure I know. And I already forgot the question. No? I think.
You ought to talk to Boss Tilda. She's the brains in this... What does she call it? Oh, yeah. Quasi-illicit shenanigan.
Doesn't like to look at us when we're all banged up. Said my face turned her off Borscht loaf.
Anyhow, head down the hill along the fence. Tell her Mapother and Mudge sent you.
Keep your lamps lit. Wherever there's trouble, there's always opportunists willing to profit from it.
Greetings. What can I help you with? Let me guess. One of your co-occupants is always hanging up his or her britches in your corner of the yurt. Am I right? Or you're dealing with more of a stay off my palate or that's my air you're breathing sort of thing. Hmm? Pray elucidate the exact nature of your tiff of contention. Oh, really? Like they strung a few words together in a row and it all made sense? That's a marked improvement on earlier. Guessing they left out a bunch, though. Here in Matriarch's Mercy, if you're not a member of the Order, you're probably living close to somebody else. In some cases, sleeping on top of them. Sort of thing tends to cause friction between neighbors. Would lead to fights, but nobody here wants trouble with the Order. So they hire our hooligans to battle by proxy. Half the time, people shy away at the first sight of blood. The other, that's what they're there for. We say whoever wins the fight wins the argument. But frankly, it's never anything of consequence, like, okay, hurrah! This guy gets back his mangy button. Now, how can I help you exactly? Ugh, a tourist. Well, clear out then, huh? Can't have you scaring off real customers. I got a bunch of yeggs, 2 pugilized pugilists, and a cicanid to feed. Go on, get out of here. Scram!
You got business? No? Move on. Earth who? Name of what now? You got some kind of ague? I definitely ain't letting you in if you got the ague.
You strike me as the upstanding sort. You lost.
Look, your nose was just a stand-in for the water case, though.
Don't feel like no I'm not with Angie.
Really? What was yours?
Honestly?
Oh, try not to get too close. My sinuses are stuffed up, my ears are backed up, and my guts are gurgling. I could burst at any moment. Every fluid from every orifice. So keep your distance. Law, finally. Real relief for my fake symptoms. Let's see it then. If it's all the same, I'll give it to someone in real need. I've got more practice ahead of me. Wouldn't want to spoil it by seeking treatment. You have my gratitude, stranger. I think it's downright awful what's happened to these fine folks. But me especially. Sickness, malnutrition, spontaneous genetic disorders, it never ends. You too. Trust me, you don't want to catch this. Neither do I, for that matter.
How long are we meant to stay here?
Ask the Order. I'm not a...
Look, I'm not with Auntie anymore. We all have reasons to...
Really? What was yours?
Honestly, I don't think it matters. All that matters is we're alive.
If we factor for random elements offsetting certain key...
How do you do, stranger? Always nice to see a friendly face around Matriarch's Mercy. Though it's a pity I can't lend more aid to our downtrodden collective. I'm just a humble taxidermist. More than whoever butchered your friend. Do you need any touch-ups on that... appendage?
Not unless you think a pair of glass eyes and glued-on antlers will help. Sorry.
But something tells me you didn't come to talk shop. What's this about, Agent? Am I in trouble? What? And you think that's me? Listen, friend, a little skill with needle and thread does not make me a qualified medical professional.
Look, this place ain't exactly crawling with experts, and Doc needs all the help he can get. Even if all you do is suture wounds, your services will be invaluable.
Have it your way, then. I know when I'm being voluntold. But you better make it worth my while. Before I agree to anything, I need sprat corpses. Several. And no victims of violence, please. My art depends on the quality of the sleeve. I used to source all of my sprats from a local trapper, Frankie Billings. No idea if she's still in business. Word has it she's out north in Auntie's Choice territory, so watch yourself. Fresh being the operative word. My thanks, stranger.
I remember this place before the...
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. The invaders, order defecting.
Keep your behaviors acceptable
back
around camp.
hope you enjoyed that melody, while contemporaneously wishing you to not find its tempo, chord progression, form, and or
is looking pretty good right about now.
Consistency in your work is wonderful. Consistency in playlists is not. Now for a new song.
I'll take care of him, Commander. Hit the bomb side.
Gas still recharging.
I'm the one you need to worry about.
Gas game ready.
Overheard what you said earlier, that nobody wants Auntie's choice here. Maybe not right now, but that tune will change once these folks see just what we're offering them. Freedom.
Freedom at the point of the gun. Don't strike you as a light enforcement.
So liberation is only acceptable on your terms. Is that it?
It's acceptable when we do it because the people ask for our intervention. That's kind of the whole point of the Earth Directorate.
You say that, but we both know that ain't why you or the commander came to Arcadia in the first place. What was the plan? Take what you came for and leave these folk to their fate? No. I think it ain't so much that the Earth Directorate only goes where they've been asked. It's more about what serves their interests. So, who's really the moral party here?
I ain't gonna be lectured by a corporatist. Find someone else to bluster at.
Commander, you got a minute to talk? I got some thoughts on this situation with the refugees. The number of folks seeking refuge from the war is, well, it's beyond what I expected. And beyond what the Order is capable of handling, seems like. Antes may not be faring much better here, but we could at least find enough work for these folk to buy some food.
To Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason. Accomplished colleagues, please clear the next 1.7 minutes of your academic calendar for a compact dissertation on current events from Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar.
You sure? The Order seems a whole lot more concerned with dazzling the populace with numbers than anything else. It's a tough situation, that's all I'm saying. But if the Order can't even manage tens of folk at their doorstep, they ain't gonna manage much better should they win the war.
None represents the peril of which I speak. We cannot choose our trials, only predict them and prepare. We have done both with usual efficiency. Our greatest enemy is distraction. We must not let events outside our control divide our attention, or we risk incongruence with the grand plan. That way lies chaos. We are the Order. We cannot control misfortune's ebb and flow, but we can predict it with reasonable precision, as if tracking the tides or charting the shoals. Embrace rational thought, stick to the plan, and unlike our emotional protectorate brethren, the fair winds of scientism will carry us to ascension.
What happens next may surprise you, but not us.
But nothing's ever really free, is it? I went through this myself when Auntie's Choice took over Tau Ceti. It took time to secure the merger, but once they did, we folk got the help we needed real quick. And all they wanted in return was the signing of an employment contract. Now, I ain't seeing any contracts in Matriarch's Mercy. So what is the Order actually gaining by doing this?
Our ability to predict events to varying degrees of certainty is fundamentally rooted in statistical mathematics. Statistics, at its heart, is naught but data. Data that is gathered, collated, and subjected to analysis. But what is the role of chance in that analysis?
In all my years, I ain't encountered many folk who would extend a hand and expect nothing in return. I mean, I'd not have asked for your help with my graft if I didn't have something to offer in exchange.
Or tails with a 1 in 2 chance. But are there really 2 outcomes? Is there not one specific outcome we can determine? Yes. With complete information.
That's a reflection of reality, friend. Unless you mean to tell me yours is different. Anyhow, if the Order is in fact helping these folk with no hidden aims, then, well, I'll be the first to admit that there might just be merit in what they're selling. Appreciate you hearing me out.
Most difficult concepts in the Order for initiates to grasp. If the result of the flip of a coin is known to be heads, is it necessary?
Is it me, or has my ankle been squeaking?
Would it not
You can hear it too,
be more
right?
efficient to
Must be the
simply
damn
move
rotator
forward
again.
as if it had been flipped,
Anyway,
and proceed with
need something,
whatever
Commander?
action that flip was intended to choose? If so, what part of that choice was ever left to chance? The answer, of course, is none. Only when there is less than complete information are we reduced to chance. At present, we do not have complete information. Instead, we are still forced to deal in probabilities, expected values, and standard deviations that lead to the dreaded sigma of probability distributions. By necessity, we are forced
You
to
have a very
estimate
non-scholarly
outcomes
look
based on
about you.
assumed distributions of sample populations. Such a travesty. No, not a travesty. Tragedy. A horror. A horror the archive will help us avoid. Every bit of data collected, analyzed, and input by our archivists brings us closer to our goal, to the solving of the universal equation. Probability
I've observed
is
you
not
in these trenches
enough.
before. You
Guesses
are aware.
are not enough. Incomplete information leads to inaccurate predictions, which lead to predictions. We must not guess. We must know. Help us know. Contribute any and all data you can collect to our proud archives. And you too can say you contributed to the archive.
This is Grand Plan Wireless, broadcasting soothing tunes for your audio canal and enriching content for your cerebral cortex around the chronometer until we achieve ascension. The Office of Humans Deterrence and Obviation has posted the following for venturesome pursuers of justice and fortune. A bounty for the lives of Edward and Morton Dunsany, brothers and raiders last known to be operating out of the former protectorate compound, Guardian Estates. A bounty for the life of Jan Dunsany, notorious bushwhacker. Dangerously active, last said to be holed up at the Scrapper's Den. Ample rewards to be collected upon completion at the bounty posting site at Matriarch's Mercy.
Now do carry on. And as always, anticipate and calculate.
Liquidate him!
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
Recharging as fast as I can, Commander!
Facilitate cognition. And now, more music to perform advanced
Generating techniques.
Good day, you court slow, Commander.
Abstract algorithms
Little trigger finger's still tired.
music, which I have selected today based on its arithmetic-based algorithm. My name is Edmund Vandersmith, and I am the senior tenured secretary at the School of Mnemonistics for the Order of the Ascendant. Today's lecture will focus on the generation of prime numbers, techniques, and uses thereof.
You needed a stretch.
So simplistic. Well, consider this a basic refresher course in remedial mnemonistics for those new to the order. I will start by explaining what a prime number is, despite the fact that decades ago, we were still in diapers. I've been called many things, and repetitious is one. I have also been called redundant several times, and I was called repeatedly. You can believe that.
mercy.
End message with an emphatic sign-off such as, "You'll never be sad when you have solutions."
Look alive! Recharging as fast as I can, Commander!
Return to facilitate cognition and this year.
Back in business.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Medkit coming your way!
Hey, got a distraction for you.
listening to Grand Plan Wireless, Arcadia's voice of reason. You cannot possibly do the right thing today without knowing what will happen tomorrow. The Order of the Ascendant, we predict
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Today. This may surprise you, but not us. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Function F to the n equaling our starting zen. Function f n minus 1 plus the f n minus 2 in all cases that we know. Starting with you know just what to do. Cycle here with you. She a sequence
Goku, but I'm not ready.
always. From Labor of our
You cannot possibly do the right thing today without knowing what will happen tomorrow. At the Order of the Ascendant, we predict tomorrow so you can have a better today. Stay tuned for what follows. This popular number has been conclusively proven to promote cognitive function.
Back in business.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
One thing that you have to know.
You work, Commander.
You cannot possibly do the right thing today without knowing what will happen tomorrow. At the Order of the Ascendant, we predict tomorrow so you can have a better today. Keep put. Much is left to come. And now a song from a composer predicted...
Where to go?
Probability and a grand plan. There can be no discussion of the grand plan without also entertaining a deep contemplation of probability. our ability to predict events to varying degrees of certainty is fundamentally rooted in statistical mathematics. But data that is gathered, collated, and subjected to is the role of chance in that analysis. Let's look at the interpretation of pure chance.
Just get the signal.
If one flips a perfectly balanced coin, it will land on heads with a 1 in 2 chance, or tails with a 1 in 2 chance. Is there not one specific outcome we can determine? Yes. With complete information, there can be no chance. Only outcome.
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless, your trusted source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings-on.
Prudence dictates. Our betters always know best, which is why our trusted constituent joins us to share his unvarnished knowledge of opinion the traitorous order.
Hey, got a distraction for you.
The roots of their betrayal reached me. She was jealous of the zeal the sovereign instills in his faithful subjects. Scientific duty to pursue more selfish ambitions. Their contributions were always exaggerated. They practiced just scientism in the name of hokum, grand plans, universal equations, ignoring the guiding light of the gulf between Protectorate faithful and the Order. Them to rot.
What's next? Long ago, the matriarch devised.
Not getting up without him, Commander.
Filet in your latest meal, down to this.
Lay low, Commander. Medics order. Back in business. Just do as you're back in business.
Let me handle this. Trap is ready, and frankly, it's gone.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Look alive, Commander. Looks like a fight.
Watching and guiding, system abiding, do not go sliding away. We're never hiding, they stay providing, do as you're told and obey. Working and fighting, faithfully striding, do not go gliding away. Are dividing, so they stay deciding, just do.
Ready to waste them on your command.
Not quite charged yet.
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Social guidance and approved messaging, punctuated by acceptable music.
Dear neighbors, gather round the wireless for this multi-part chat with a man possessing a commanding yet comforting vocal timbre, Emery Thoreau, more simply known as the Consul. Greetings, Consul. Now you are more than just our beloved sovereign's dear friend. You are his right hand.
Not one of his right hand.
I'm sure I see when I say
Your command. I will only be torturing the sovereign subjects.
Oh, and there he goes. The Consul has just walked out of the studio. But fret not, neighbors. You will hear his inspiring voice on these airwaves again. Now you know all you need to know. So on we go. Next up, music to invigorate your mind, so you can serve the greater good at a brisk pace, with a true adherence zeal.
Just do as you're told.
Broadcasting reassuring programming in line with the paradigm. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Friends and neighbors, we want for nothing. All of us. The Protectorate protects. The Protectorate provides. Consider our automech harvesters in the outskirts of Guardian Estates, working day and night to top our larder with wholesomely delicious nutrition. Sleep soundly, knowing these contraptions are under our complete control, keeping our bellies full. None have been commandeered by desperate rapscallions. The very idea is meritless, inappropriate to ponder. So don't.
Well then, moving on.
The following song
on the mission.
Of the Sovereign, and as such, reflects excessively high standards.
Got a distraction for you. Ain't ready yet.
Distraction.
Looks like a fight.
Superior Protectorate products. Every cog requires routine lubrication. Stay with wear and tear with your regular allotment of moderation vodka. Perfect libation to imbibe. Filled with zeal. Such perfect products. The envy of our rivals. But let's not expertly curated vegetables.
Fulfilling your protectorate duty shouldn't get in the way of 3 nourishful meals a day. Seek instant sustenance with Prestige Borstloaf. Only the purest natural ingredients, congealed into an appealing loaf shape. So it's ready to eat, with or without heat. Prestige Borstloaf. It's contentment in a can.
Well, that was thoroughly enriching. Let's continue. Another beauteous melody granted by the grace of the Sovereign.
On your command.
You lost, stranger?
I don't see a lot of new faces in these parts.
What are you? Order? Protectorate?
Auntie? Really? An Earth Directorate agent? I have no idea what that is, but okay. Me? I'm a Sprat Trapper. Cute little things, but their tallow and hides fetch a high price. Used to be Protectorate, then worked for the Order, then Auntie. Whoever's calling the shots on a given day. Now, I'm just waiting for the dust to settle so I can find out who I work for tomorrow. Gregory? Well, I'm glad to hear he's still kicking. Loyal customer. Very particular about his sprats. These being hard times, I've had to raise my prices. Gal's gotta eat, and I don't care for sprat meat. You know where to find me. Hey now, that's mine. Excuse me? Acting like I'm not even here. Take it. Take it all. What do I care?
Overheard what you said earlier, that nobody wants Auntie's choice here. Maybe not right now, but that tune will change once these folks see just what we're offering. Freedom.
Freedom at the point of gun.
Is a mighty force of
Is only acceptable. sense you ain't too fond of Auntie's choice. Any reason why?
Maybe on account of them being a giant malignant corporate entity. Reminds me of the one I grew up under. And that ain't a compliment.
I grew up under a corporation like Auntie's too, Niles. You ain't the only one with a sob story.
Then you might ought to know better than to throw in with Angus. They're just like those bit-pinching bastards on Triangular. If the Earth Directorate hadn't stepped in.
Well, there you have it. The Earth Directorate saved you, huh? Sure as shit didn't save us.
No, suppose not. But you've got choices now. Time for excuses is past.
Don't you look down your nose at me. Any sane folk would throw their lot in with the ones who help them, not those who deliberately look the other way. How's your own loyalty to the Earth Directorate treated you all this time? I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Hey, Pinchy. Hey, Slashy. How am I? Kindly take a couple steps back, friend. This time with my precious mantisaurs is sacred.
I wonder which local flora is modern.
Whichever voice. Kindly don't interrupt me. Training Mantisaurus is enough of a headache without answering a stranger's question. That's... no! Halt! Do attack 2! Attack 2!
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Essential listening for all subjects. It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it.
Yes?
That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Even just a mention of Auntie seems to get your blood boiling, Ibarra. Don't tell me you judge folks before you get to know them.
I'm sorry, what's there to know? I mean, apart from her bottomless greed and bad hair.
Hey now, she's much more than you think. She's a visionary. Did you know that the formulation for rehydrated water came to her in a dream?
You definitely just made that up.
Did not. It was part of our training to memorize these fun facts. Potential buyers love them.
Do I seem like your target demographic?
No. But I do think you'll enjoy learning about how she has 2 pet teacup canids, named Mammon and Pretty Penny. Pretty Penny has mauled 3 VPs this quarter, at last count.
I'll be damned. You're right. I did enjoy that fact.
It's a blessing for us here, but a curse for those who near. Sending sentinels for us all.
Mind your own business interests.
When faithless subjects try to corrupt us, our guardians will always make them fall.
That better not be what I think it is.
Honestly, Bradford, I've no notion of how to cool your conniption. Corporate says I'm in charge, so I'm in charge.
You're in charge? You're in charge? Don't you mean the executive is in charge?
Of course, that's what I meant. Whether I say me, he, or we, it's all the same.
It's all the same pile of dust.
That tone is not how you get approval for your little tests, designer. Next time, you might want to try and clean your early courage with a little mock apple.
Yes? Who are you? And why are you attempting to steal my utterly invaluable attention?
Tries its best to invade us.
This is a fort. Those are soldiers. They are mantisaurs. And I am far too busy to play tour guide. Now, if you'll please excuse me.
Yes, I hope you're not here to apply for employment. I'm already overwhelmed by the sheer volume of peons I'm forced to oversee. And if you're here as a spy, know that the temporary ceasefire is on tenuous footing. So if you stay, it's likely just a matter of time before I'll be stringing you up.
There is never a doubt. Send in the sentinels for us all. Send in the sentinels for us all.
That's right. Auntie's Choice and the Order stopped officially shooting at each other almost 3 years ago. Since then, we've just been sitting here twiddling our thumbs. Although, whatever's happening with Outpost Opportunity may well signal the exciting and lucrative return of open hostilities. Regardless, you're clearly not part of a little cosmic serial, so why are you in my base?
For another splendiferous speech, or as we are obliged to call it, his golden bestowment.
Such a wonderful introduction, Prudence. She truly is.
Spectacular! We haven't had a chance to do business with outsiders in an age. Welcome to Fort Endurance, Auntie's southernmost base of operations and a hub of comfort and commerce. Or at least we will be in a year or two. Oh yes, Auntie's Choice may not be your first choice, but thanks to our aggressive expansionism and occupation policies, we're soon to be your only choice.
We must all hold each other accountable in these unprecedented times. So, my beloved subjects, never hesitate to report your concerns. Your neighbors will thank you.
Auntie's Choice makes sure we never miss a chance to sell you on the virtues of our meritocracy. And Executive Wojciech is very strict on our adherence to Auntie's laws. Forgive my rudeness. Allow me to introduce Strategic Ingestment Executive Wojciech, Senior Most Representative at Fort Endurance. Now you're starting to sound like some of the wagabouts I've got under my command. Why would I be anything but serious? Executive Wojciech has been part of this unit since he was just a pupa. As he grew, he's shown exceptional bravery, stoic stalwartness, and strong leadership. It's earned him promotion after promotion, until our last battle against the Order deprived us of our former chief executive and left him as the senior-most trooper. The executive welcomes you, but would like to know what your business is in our base. My experimental Mantisaur graft lets me speak with him as easily as I do with you. He emits pheromones that my antenna can detect. He wouldn't be much of a commander if he couldn't communicate with the troops.
Hey, Commander.
It's my professional opinion that we should back away slowly. This guy's craft is either messing with his gray matter, or he's messing with us.
And now, the latest word on Superior Protectorate products.
All subjects deserve hydration without contamination. Moderation Anti-Morbidic Soda packs a manganese zing and unbeatable beetroot flavor. It's the soda that drinks like a soup. Available in pulp or extra pulp.
Intriguing items, engaging leads.
You may have heard stranger stories, but never one quite so full of sprat dung.
Designer Bradford, you've been warned about disrespecting the chain of command.
And you've been reminded, repeatedly, that I'm not under your chain of command. I'm technically under the Mantisaur, but that's got nothing to do with you. I just wanted to make it clear to our newcomer that you are full of shit. You've always been full of shit, and you will always be full of shit. So you're best ignored entirely.
That is quite enough, designer. Of course not. I'm just a lowly trooper acting as interpreter. Otherwise, surely these folks would have figured it out by now.
We have all figured it out. Unfortunately, I'm the only one willing to say it to your face.
Yes, well, please excuse our curmudgeonly biologist. She's been a pill ever since the promotion that made Wojciech outrank her. Still, that ugly moment behind us, it's a comfort to my mind that you're here. Executive Wojciech has an assignment we're desperate to have done, but it can only go to someone outside our chain of command.
Ugh, not this crabble scat again. There is zero chance you're right. Zero. And this brilliant assignment of yours didn't go so well for the last group.
Just rumors and conjecture. The base gossip is that another team was sent to recover the pupa and never returned. But I'm sure they're just deserters. Wojciech can sense that there are some kind of mutated mantisaurs over yonder, and he wants us to secure one of their pupas to raise as his own.
Oh, stop it. The creature doesn't want a pupa. He doesn't want to breed a superior race of mantisaurs. He wants to eat meat, excrete the excess, and be left alone. That's it. Even if he could ask for a pupa from a rival nest, he'd probably just eat the law-be-damned thing to cut down on competition. He's a bug, nothing more.
That is enough. One more word in question of our executive officer, and I'll have you pitched over the edge with the rest of the enemies we've conquered here.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. With it, Wojciech can raise a Zeranium-mutated Mantisaur army, which will be even more dangerous than the ones Auntie's Choice evolved from the Halcyon stock. We need you to infiltrate the mutated Mantisaur nest, secure a mutated pupa, and bring it to me here. Do that, and I, and Executive Wojciech, shall make sure you are well rewarded for your efforts. Look in the nest to the east. That'll have your best odds. It's where Wojciech feels the pull from the strongest.
Feels a pull, Wentworth? Seriously? What am I saying? That makes the exact amount of scientific sense I'd expect from you. Excuse me? May we speak a second? Apologies for my outburst, but I had need to warn you that an earful from Wentworth is akin to sucking on an inhaler full of ammonia.
Hey, what are you two talking about?
Nothing of your concern, Wentworth! Just ignore him. He was clever enough to pretend that Graft lets him talk with the beast. So overnight, he upstarted from simple trooper to de facto commander of this installation.
You know it's impolite to whisper, right?
But I've studied him extensively, and it is most assuredly nothing but a play for power.
Reports on community goings-on.
Fellow subjects, I bear sweetness and sunlight, encouraging words from our beloved sovereign in another installment of his golden bestowment.
Adoring subjects, look around you. Our cupboards runneth over. No table is bare, neither corporatist invaders.
I'm not surprised. You seem sharp. So, if you know he's lying, then you understand that catering to his will isn't gonna do anyone any good. Conversely, the scientific value of studying the mutated pupa he wants is exponentially greater than any possible use he could have for it. Bring it to me, and not only will I match any reward he offers, but you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that it will serve a much greater purpose.
Now you know all you need to know, so on we go. Next up, music to invigorate your mind, so you can serve the greater good at a
I understand. But remember, the scientific value is immense.
Hey, one of my favorite cereals starts out just like this. Oh. It's got the best ending,
Well, what have we here? You couldn't look less Auntie's choice if you tried. So what are you doing in our fort? What on this face conjures the notion that I'm looking for random chatter? Go away, I'm busy.
Welcome to Bonnie's Barely Above Board Battlefield Bazaar, brought to you by Auntie's Choice. We know consumers are highly discerning in how they spend their bits in an active war zone, and I really appreciate you dodging literal bullets to bring me your business. And to show my gratitude, I'm offering you and only you a one-of-a-kind, once-in-a-lifetime, exclusively discounted rate of 4/5 of Auntie's standard profiteering rate. Welcome. What can I get you? Suit.
As Eden offers a plenitude of natural resources, our station presents a profusion of pleasing melodies, like this one.
Well, hello there, consumer. If you haven't yet, you should be sure to avail yourself of our retail opportunities downstairs. You here for the view?
Next, a small sample.
It used to be comms and observation for the Protectorate. They watched us get hammered by their huge guns and laughed as we scrambled to dig into that cruel, pitiless dirt.
Moderation mini rolls. Modestly flavorful, yet free of additive toxins. There's a wholesome banquet in every bite.
They bled us with constant shelling for the better part of 3 months, and it barely earned us a few dozen kilometers. Truth be told, I never thought we'd make it. Those sovereign sanctions can reach all the way across Golden Ridge. They rained shells the size of Crabbles on us day and night. They made the invasion stall about 5 kilometers away and would have ground us to dust if the cannons hadn't stopped and the Protectorate retreated. At first, we thought it was a trap, that they'd start shelling again as soon as we popped our heads up, but there was nothing. We basically walked the rest of the way here. We didn't find out why until we got here and learned the Protectorate wasn't. The Protectorate hightailed it. They decided that if the Order was going to splinter off on its own, then it could field its own army and fight its own battles. Those Protectorate bootlicks took everything not nailed down, leaving the Order to try and figure out how to wage war with no gear and almost no know-how. It took them weeks to rally, and by then we owned most of Golden Ridge. If Auntie'd only send a few thousand more troops, we'd shove them completely off this rock. Anytime. Auntie knows that sometimes it takes being an informed consumer to be a confident consumer, and a confident consumer is a spending consumer. Back again, consumer? I didn't realize we had more to say to each other. Why are you back? Checking that the cables I patched are staying together. When that big old gun downstairs was working, it rattled the wiring in the walls, so sometimes the lines short out. They bled us with constant shelling for the better part of 3 months, and it barely earned us a few dozen kilometers. Truth be told, I never thought we'd make it. Those sovereign sanctions can reach all the way across Golden Ridge. They rained shells the size of Crabbles on us day and night. They made the invasion stall about 5 kilometers away and would have ground us to dust if the cannons hadn't stopped and the Protectorate retreated.
Byproducts on Arcadia. Their presence is no cause for disquieting thoughts. This desperate invasion only demonstrates the perfection of our system. They believe in nothing, but want everything, while we believe in much, yet want for nothing. Let them envy our contentment and leave as they came, empty-handed and empty-hearted.
Well, that, as they say, is that. What's next? Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society.
Hey, damage-prone daredevil. You're getting better.
Fort Endurance still stands. We ought to check in.
Hello, friend. Welcome to the most beautiful half-built landing platform on all of Dorado. Simple, friend. You see any sergeants barking orders? Any of those spidery crystal critters lurking in the rocks? Any order forces storming the area? No, you do not. The perfect blend of just close enough to the base to be safe, but not close enough for any officers to get nosy. And I still get paid the same as if I was a frontliner. Ah, there's the real beauty of it. They won't. The Order's anti-air guns are a damn sight better than we expected. There's no reason to finish the landing pad on account of nothing can land. Command won't go back to building it until the war is won. Then I'm in no danger of being shot anyways. Maybe I'll even get a promotion for doing such a good job keeping this place safe.
Consider our automech harvesters in the outskirts of Guardian Estates, working day and night to top our larder with wholesomely delicious nutrition. Sleep soundly, knowing these contraptions are under our complete control, keeping our bellies full. None have been...
The Order gave us permission to keep a single emergency medical evacuation ship nearby. Would have really helped the troopers stationed in the outposts that just got wiped out. You know, if any of them had survived. Although with just one ship, doubtful the contracts of anyone below a captain covers medical expenditure of that level. Oh well.
Meant to be aligned and working well. Nobody should fall behind unless I'm the one to tell. Tis neighborly to make an effort and to test, calmly speaking to authority at their behest. Glancing through the cracks and spaces round the door frame, keeping tabs and notes on people can be like a game. Celebrate the good ones, turn in those who stole. It should be a no simple thing to do. Be the merry one who makes the call. Celebrate the submissive. Stick to their routine. It should be a no simple thing to do. Turning in your relatives, your friends, your peers, and more. Celebrate the turning in. It's what we all strive for. Revolting them will only help improve their dedication. If you see a person with questions much too deep, go and tell on them while they are peacefully asleep. Celebrate the good one. Turn it. Your friend is more celebrate returning living. It's what we all strive for. It's what we all strive for. Celebrate returning. It's what we all strive for.
You're looking pretty scathed, Commander. Charging!
It's what we all strive for. If you see a person sleeping recklessly, reporting them will only help improve their dedication. If you see a person with questions questions much too deep. Go and tell on them while they are peacefully asleep. Celebrate the good one. Turn in those who stole. It should be no simple thing to do. Be the merry one who makes the call. Celebrate the submissive.
Practicing some battlefield medicine.
Busy bleeding out if you haven't noticed.
Fight on my feet.
Now safe and carefree, I know this is the case. Give him your grace. Sovereign deserves all your love. Love him because he loves you. Love him, believe you must do.
Sure hope Val is anyway. Need something, Commander?
My heart belongs to the sovereign, and the first sovereignty for him. With throne my heart, patriarch, whose bloodline
Looks like a fight.
I trust, I breathe, I hate, his name.
Help?
Nobody around. That is my great sovereign's loving plan. I love my sovereign. That's why I love my sovereign. That's why I love my sovereign. Knew you had my back.
to worry about.
Liquidate them! My aftermarket parts are primed.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the...
Not seeing a shot.
Nothing to hit. Draft is ready, and frankly, pissed off.
Got a distraction for you. Over here. Free hole in the head.
Good to see you again, Agent. Now, what can I do you for? So, we doing business. The Sprats are all premium quality. Let's talk price. Trust me, Gregory is an artiste when it comes to biology, and every artist needs the right canvas. Pleasure doing business.
Hey, you gotta help me, please. I didn't do what they say I done.
Before him, with throne my heart for the many whose bloodline we know their perfection. I trust, I breathe for my neighbors. I ache, I walk his name. I know I am right. He's our shining light. The sovereign serves all your
have you brought me the pupa. Oh, thank law. Here's the reward I promised. I am downright giddy to get it into my lab so I can start my experiments.
Let's hope this doesn't come back to bite us. Or grow up to bite us, rather.
Mantisaurus, eyes up, troops! A mess of the bastards are coming from the east.
Did they follow those folks back from that nest?
Broadcasting reassuring programming in line with the paradigm. This is Protectorate sanctioned wireless. Friends and neighbors, we want for nothing. All of us.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return? The Protectorate has only been told a walk down the...
Welcome back. Any luck enlisting help?
This is Protectorate sanctioned wireless. As many recall from earlier announcements, the Vox Relay Communication Station, one of our greatest technological marvels, has initiated its long-scheduled for... Ray into space for various research purposes.
We've heard some concerning reports that some subjects had forgotten this news and expressed shock and concern at the sight of its recent launch.
What would your neighbor think about such heedless disregard for Protectorate communiques?
Especially concerning such important matters.
Prudence dictates everyone listen closely.
Got a bad feeling about this line.
Official announcements.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever to get your
Any luck with Sprat Hunt? Decent quality, all things considered. Cranky's work is second to none. You can tell the good doctor I'll be around shortly, armed with needle and thread, calipers, and my finest jar of glass eyes. Oh, no, thank you. It's always a pleasure to bring passion to one's work, even when that passion is a tad morbid. Be seeing you, Agent.
Welcome.
From a medical standpoint, the taxidermist doctor was an unconventional choice. But I can't deny the results. Take this. On behalf of the Order and the displaced, I thank you. Now, will there be anything else? I can tend to your injuries, provided you have the bits to compensate me for my time and skill. We're short on everything, I'm afraid, including generosity. Many thanks. Now, hold still. You might experience some momentary discomfort. Right as rain. Now, will there be anything else?
This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. As many recall from earlier announcements, the Vox Relay...
About this line, huh?
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
Any luck with the Sprat hunt? Decent quality, all things considered. Frankie's work is second to none. You can tell the good doctor I'll be around shortly, armed with needle and thread, calipers, and my finest jar of glass eyes. No, thank you. It's always a pleasure to bring passion to one's work, even when that passion is a tad morbid. Be seeing ya, Agent.
Friends, neighbors, all you shelters.
From a medical standpoint, the taxidermist doctor was an unconventional choice. But I can't deny the results. Take this. On behalf of the Order and the displaced, I thank you. Now, will there be anything else? I can tend to your injuries, provided you... Many thanks. Right as rain. Now, will there be anything else?
Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
I predict, with an 8.23 margin of error, that our situation will be fluid.
You have a very villainous scholarly look. I don't even know.
I suppose I can give you the time of day.
Anybody needs me, I'll be right here patiently awaiting your latest news.
happened to this place? Welcome. Have you come to bask in the Order's knowledge?
Watch yourself if you intend to nose around that collapsed ramshackle. I swear, refugee settlements aren't what they used to be. Oh yeah, Duarte. He's former aunties like me. He was underneath for a few hours. Or, no, that was before. This time it was Rollo Nast? No. Gert Valkenburg. Happens a lot. People here need more room to breathe. Can't build in the walkways, can't set up in the exclusion zone. So they build up. Best they can, at least. Don't have proper building material or nothing. They just make do. After a while, the stacked up little huts they jury-rigged come tumbling down. Oh, you put that together, did you? Here, I thought I was being subtle. Yeah, people keep at it. What else choice they have? Order won't listen. Maybe if we interspersed our requests with numbers, they'd pay attention. Seems like all they care about sometimes. They're doing something, which is better than nothing, but not by much.